Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Art and Outdoor Life here with John. This is a crazy little video, and kind of educational, strange thing I did. Okay, I'm just mixed a little bit of violet there, purple, and went over it with a little bit of ultramarine. Now, in this video, I'm going to be making some interesting clouds, and I'm also going to be putting 4 continents on here. And I'm putting 4 continents, and what I'm going to be doing is making a bridge between them, and then I'm creating a landscape out of all of it. I was looking at one of my videos the other day, and I'll tell you about it later in the video. So anyways, it's wet on wet. I only took one short break on this video, and it was just to let it air dry, which part of it wasn't even air dried. So I'm using a pale yellow. The clouds are coming first, okay? If you know me, I'm not really a cloud person yet. Not yet. I'm fascinated with clouds, but I'm not really a cloud person. So I'm like, okay. And this is a little bit of a light red. I mean, I'm using everything's from the tube here. And I was experimenting. This is an experimentation, having fun. It's been a really rough last couple weeks, last 3 weeks. To my mother and father, if you're watching this, I love you. Anyways, and so here I added a little bit of dark blue or light blue, and I kind of mixed it up. I'm making clouds here, okay? And the reason why I sped the video up was because it was just too long for my liking, okay? I didn't cut anything out. I just sped it up. And basically what I'm doing is I have 2 round brushes, and I have a few other brushes, and I'm dipping them in water, and I'm loosening up the paint and just kind of going back and forth using a paper towel to try to create those clouds. And again, this is some purple, and just trying to create some dramatic clouds. This video isn't about clouds, though. This painting is actually about North America, South America, Western Europe, and Western Africa. So that's where I took the break, and then I came back, and I'm like, okay. Let's just kind of make these simple puffy cloud thingies, something like that. And in this painting, I didn't want to use any of the color of white from the paper. Okay, so I'm just kind of fooling around here. I'm going back and forth. The video in its entirety, the painting in its entirety took me about 40 minutes to do. And it just fresh from my imagination. The clouds weren't even going to be a part of the painting. I wasn't even going to care about the clouds. But I just wanted it fool around, play around with some clouds. Okay, so I'm just kind of going back. I'm putting a little dash of red in there with a little bit of blue. A little bit of. It's not lemon yellow. It's a pale yellow, that kind of thing. So now here we go. Here's a little bit of North America for you. The funny thing on this, I was looking at one of my older videos the other day, and it looked like I was putting continents on there, like countries. Okay, and here's Western Europe with a little bit of Western Africa there. And for land masses, right? Okay, this is the land. And I was thinking, while I was watching this crazy little, my mind was just kind of like it is. It's always going. And I was like, wow, I can actually paint a map if I wanted to. Okay, and then I was like, oh, and there's New York City, there's Chicago, Miami, there's the West Coast, there's Sao Paulo, there's London, there's Paris, and I'm bringing these up as if they were buildings, right? And then I was like, okay, but we have the Rocky Mountains coming down. And then I'm like, but I'm going to make these into trees. I'm going to, make this into foliage. And, I had this idea before I came in. I was thinking about it the other day. And I'm like, okay, wouldn't that be cool if I could try this and see if it worked? So I only tried it once. And I'm like, okay, well, there's the bridge across the pond. But how do we actually make that bridge, right? I mean, it's always across the pond. Yeah, and my palette ran out, so I put some white on my hake brush. Okay, so I'm just kind of blending here, for the sky was pretty much all dried up, and I'm just like, okay, but I just basically I just kind of wanted to make it not so dramatic. I mean, not like just blotches of paint. I just kind of wanted to blend it a little bit. And I'm like, okay, well, so much for London and all that. And now we're going to get to the landscapes. Okay. And I'm like, okay, let's throw in some of this yellow here. Let's see where it goes. Okay. Because we have a landmass now, right? And the continents are still there, but we're kind of gonna cover them up and make it, we're gonna make this a riverway, a pond riverway. I was using sap green here for the right there, and I'm like, okay, and then as I'm going on with this, it started looking a little bit swampy, I guess you would say. Okay, so there's the bridge, right? Across the pond. And I did use a little bit of burnt sienna. I watered down one of the brushes to try to move the paint. And with a little bit of white that is still hanging around on my large hake brush. Like I said, I didn't have nowhere to put it. So I'm just trying to create, the upper atmosphere. And I'm just like, okay, let's just kind of come across down here. Let's mix a few colors and, blend some of this white, get some of this white blended here. I didn't want the white from the paper, okay? And if you've seen the last few videos, I've been experimenting with fog. Fog. And as I was painting this, I was like, I want a little bit of fog underneath that bridge. And with the white, I was able to do it. I was able to do it right there. So I'm just kind of teetering along here, kind of fiddling around. I used some burnt sienna just for that bridge or whatever it might be to you. And I was like, let's bring it from North America all the way across the pond. And, you know, if you know me by now, or if you don't, I love mixing colors on the paper. I do. I find it fascinating. I think it's a great thing to always experiment, and that's what I was doing here. I was just playing around. Silly little idea I had. And it was fun. It was fun because I didn't know how it was going to come out. But I was going to put it on there anyways. Now you could see some of the shadows coming from, this pond, coming downward and such. And I'm like, well, we got to brighten up a little bit of West Africa here. Yeah, I wasn't thinking that, but I was just, now I'm just thinking landscape. And I lost my card. By the way, yeah, there's mayonnaise and mustard. They were in my paints. And I was like, I'm not using mustard. I'm not using white for mayonnaise. I actually had salsa too, for the red, but no, I wasn't going to do that. Couldn't find my card, so I used the edge of a paint tube. And then the rest is all just touched up here. I really thank you guys for watching this, for watching my videos. I really do. This is a crazy little video. But, we think about things we think about the craziest things, and it don't matter if someone says it's crazy or not. Go for it. Try it. Like I said in the one video, open the gate to your mind. Open the gate. And then, one of my paintbrushes, the tip fell off. I need new everything. Anyways, a little fog there. But yeah, open the gate to your mind and explore. Explore and have fun. As you can see now, there's not the continents no more. And yeah, the clouds are a little bright, and that's okay. It's okay. And I didn't have a liner brush with me, or a pen, so I tried to make a few birds. And then I just try to touch it up. If you enjoy my videos, please like and subscribe. I don't make anything off these. And then I was putting some distant mountains in the back with just, whatever was on the brush. And I appreciate you coming to see this. And please come back again. And feel free to share. Thank you so very much. I really, really appreciate it. And again, to my mom, my mother and father, I love you. I love you, Mom. Yeah. Thank you, guys. Sincerely yours, John. Looks kind of like a foggy swamp area. I don't know.